Okay, here we are, another day, another podcast. This is Wizard 26. We have Nick, the hentai master, on once again, and Mikey, the regular. Today is... Let me look at the calendar. Today is...
I think it's the 9th.
Angle the camera so they can see Nick's.
Oh, yeah, I got it. There we go.
I'll slouch a little. Make it a little easier.
Dude, what's the next calendar gonna be?
August 8th. Next calendar?
Yo, Waffencedar's here. He says, "What's up?"
Yo, what's up, Waffencedator?
He says,
the next calendar, like the next picture?
Yeah.
We gotta wait till next month.
Calendar entirely, dude. Like.
Oh,
dude, can I buy a hentai one?
Yeah, we are. What's that?
Can I buy a hentai one?
Yeah, we'll have a hentai one. I don't give a fuck.
Shit, yeah, that'll be our next calendar.
Yeah, hentai is fine. I don't care. Whoever gets me a calendar first, I'll use that one.
Alright.
Damn.
Just
all
one
right.
with
What
cocks
if it's
on
like
it.
gay as fuck?
Like dicks? I mean, well, then I can't use it. If it's like really like a lot of nudity,
What if it's like
I'll get banned.
Country Boys Yearly? That's like probably a thing.
Probably is.
Like I said, whoever gets it to me first is the one I'll use.
Right.
Anyways, so today is August 8th, 2020. Another day of 2020. I feel like 2020's kind of mellowed out for now. Besides that one explosion.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that explosion?
Yeah, dude.
Earlier this week?
There's so many fucking memes of it.
It got me, dude. I saw a meme. Like the first hour I heard the news, you know, it was like pretty serious. Hour in, somebody already made a fucking meme. It was dead ass a meme of this guy at the top of a skyscraper in Fallout 4 shoots one of those like mini nuke launchers and then the explosion.
Dude, I'm pretty sure I saw the memes of the explosion before I knew what actually happened.
Yeah, no,
Like I saw them, I'm like,
100%.
damn, this is a cool ass explosion. And then like I read the story with like hundreds dead, big ass explosion in Beirut. I'm like, oh fuck.
At first, I didn't really understand why. Like I was like, as I was looking at this, I was like, why is it such a big deal? Like I get that a lot of people died, you know. I mean, I've seen explosions that are pretty big, and like other videos and stuff. And it turns out it's like one of the third biggest explosions that's happened in a public area where people have died.
Jesus Christ.
Like, so obviously
Waffencedator
behind.
says he's pretty sure Israel set off the nuke.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so did you see those?
Dude, there's hella talks. Okay, like already with the conspiracy shit.
Point at your mouth. Point at your mouth.
So can you hear me?
Yeah.
So there's the big ass conspiracy that Israel is hella making plays right now. Israel's like fucking around with like Israel's fucking around with the governments. Israel's up to some shit, trying to get another war, or like some kind of like Israeli something conflict, so like Israel can pull America back in. Like the theory is that Israel wants America back in that area, so like Israel can just keep on like powdering. Because without America, Israel's kind of fucked.
Yeah. Yeah.
Israel's like a real bitch ass state without America at its back.
I mean, did you see the videos of the missiles? Okay, so Robbie, who he's been on the podcast before, he sent a video into the Discord, and he sent a bunch of videos actually where there's a video and it's like a few images before the explosion. It looks like something like some really small projectile came towards where the explosion was, and then the explosion happens.
Okay.
And so they speculate that it could have been a missile.
No, it was a shitload of this like powder.
It was like some sort of like fertilizer powder shit.
It was like potassium nitrate.
Yeah.
Just something that was like that already shouldn't be kept in large quantities. That like they had just like fucking like hundreds of pounds of just chilling in this warehouse, and they're like, yeah, it's fine. Hopefully nothing happens.
Didn't like fireworks go off or some shit, and then it just
first.
Because if you look in the video, I see like little like sparks, like almost like fireworks going off, and I'm like, whose idea was like, oh yeah, let's put fucking fireworks right by.
Yo, alright, Waffencedator says just look at AIPAC. Name one politician who can criticize Israel and still get votes. There are none.
Dude, just get a black politician, dude. Kanye could be like, yo, fuck Israel, and people will be like, okay. You know, I do see some stuff behind
Dude, I fucking... What the fuck has happened to politicians, dude?
They're all just they're all bought out by corporations and shit, dude.
Dude, politicians nowadays are they're just jokes, you know. Firstly, they're all pretty old. I mean, Kanye, I guess, whatever.
Dude, there are no politicians that are like around our age. They're not even legally allowed to be.
Yeah, true.
Age.
I mean, that's
they
true.
have to be older type people.
Yeah, I think it's fucking weird how all of them are just like the same. I mean, they all feel like the same. I mean, you know, obviously, besides Trump, right? Trump was like the one wild card.
Trump turned out to be way worse than any other fucking politician.
But I mean, like, it's just I just think it's weird that. Like politicians, they all seem like Karens to me. You know what I mean?
I think they're all Karen as fuck.
They all kind of seem very Karen. I don't see any one of them being somebody who's like a great individual. You know what I mean? Like I don't feel like any of these people are great.
It's kind of weird because like there's like two types of politicians. You're either like some old white like racist person, you know,
Or pedo like fucking Joe Biden.
Pedo. No, all politicians are probably pedos. Or you're just some meme, like you're like Osteo-Cortez or you're fucking like Trump. Like there's really no in between. There's no like regular ass people who are politicians.
I was talking to my grandma, and usually I don't agree with her on politics. I mean, it's not that I don't agree. I just think she talks too much about politics. And I was talking to her about like, you know, the politicians nowadays. It's just, you know what, the last great president was John F. Kennedy. I'm like, you know, I kind of agree with you. I can't think of another really great president since John F. Kennedy. Maybe I'm just not informed enough. You know, maybe.
I mean, we didn't live
I
in
don't
those
know
times,
about
so
politics.
we don't fucking know
Some people say Reagan was pretty great, but I mean,
Reagan. I think people like Reagan because he did what like he wanted to do.
Yeah.
Like, you know, most politicians are like, "Yo, I'm gonna do this shit," and then they just like straight up lie through their teeth. Reagan actually like did shit.
dude, Reagan was pretty baller when he was getting sworn into office. The news came on like, all right, we have okay, so you know the whole situation where there's like the hostages and stuff.
And
Iran? I forget. I don't know all the details.
Okay.
But I know this story. So they had They had some hostages in like some other country, maybe in Iran. I'm sure Waffenseeder probably knows because he's kind of smart. And they had these hostages for like a year, for like an insane amount of time. And the president before Reagan was like trying to negotiate with the terrorists and stuff like that, try to get the hostages out of there. And Reagan, part of his you know, when he was talking to like get himself elected, he would say like, you don't negotiate with terrorists, right? Like you just go in there, you get the shit done, you get the hostages back. And so when Reagan he won the candidacy, he was becoming president. When they swore him into office on the news, live on the news, they said, okay, we breaking news, they're getting the hostages out of the fucking place. And they had a split screen of Reagan being sworn into office and the fucking our military saving the hostages. It's like that's pretty baller. Like
I know the background of that story.
okay, go ahead.
So the
Go ahead.
background of that story. So the people, I'm pretty sure that was the I don't remember what country. I'm pretty sure it's called the Iranian hostage crisis. These people, like, you know, they were taken hostage in the U.S. embassy, and like that specifically was targeted at the current president at that time. I think it was Ford at the time, because
I'm
the
not
people
certain,
in Iran
yeah.
really fucking hated that one guy because he like really fucked with their government. He was a real piece of shit,
Mhm.
and he really fucked with the Iranians. So they're like, oh, this guy's not in power anymore. They're like, fuck it, dude. Fuck these.
Oh, so they
terrorists.
just let him.
It was like out of spite. Like they took that shit out of spite, and they're like, "Oh, they got this other guy now, so fuck it. These people can go free now."
Okay, so it wasn't because they thought Ronald Reagan was a badass.
No, they didn't think Ronald Reagan was.
Okay,
shit as
so
fuck.
then that kind of just
It was
kind of
to-
mutes
it
the whole
was-
story I just
it
told.
was despite the previous dude.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah,
That's
it.
cool.
Do you know how Germans explain like their history?
Yeah.
They're just like I mean, how do they say like, yo, we fucked up here, we super fucked up here, like yeah, that's on us. Like we did this. That
Well,
was
yeah,
pretty
they
bad.
do admit to it. They're like, yeah, we fucked. Like we really fucked up.
Yeah,
But
I
what
saw-
I heard is like my dad, he was talking. Fucking Willy, don't go over there. He was talking about some guy who was like from like was it British? Yeah, from like Britain or something, and like how their history books tell about like us separating, and they're like, yeah, America fucking sucks. They're assholes, and I was like, oh shit. I'm like, yeah, I guess we said they're assholes to us, and they're like, they're assholes.
That's
to
true.
us.
Yeah,
I was like,
we totally said the British were assholes.
so it's like if you ever imagine, just imagine like the opposite of what we think. So
It's
instead
not
of
the
us
same for
being the good
not the same for
guys-
Germany though.
Germany isn't going like, you know, yeah, we fucked up, but come on, guys.
It was fun. It was fun. It
We
was
had
fun,
to
you
do
know?
something.
No, they fully. I think they fully like.
They do, yeah.
Just they accept like,
They
yeah,
do.
we fucked up
Dude, if you go to like Germany, right? You go to a bar, you get like drunk as fuck, you're being like rowdy as fuck. They'd be like, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you. You're like, just take out like your yarmulke, dude. Like put it on. They're like, what? He's like, you can't beat the shit out of me.
You can't
I
go shit
saw-
on me. I'm a Jew.
I saw a TikTok where this guy had the green screen effect in the background. It was a news article, and it was from Germany. It said, Germany has hit an all-time high of anti-Semitism in the workplace. And the guy was in the green screen like, really? An all-time high in Germany right now?
An all-time.
Did you guys forget something? It's pretty funny. Yeah, but apparently, yeah, in their history, they admit to it. They're like, yeah, we
Yeah.
fucked up. We probably should never do that again.
It's like, how about we don't do this again?
Yeah.
I mean,
We promise.
did we sort of do that with like our whole issue we did?
What do you mean?
Well, with like slavery and stuff. I mean, we sort of like
Yeah,
Syrians?
slavery. Yeah.
Slavery.
Yeah, America does a lot of fucked up stuff.
Yeah. Do we admit to that though?
No, fuck no, we don't.
Yeah, we do. And yeah, in
Dude,
history
okay,
class.
In the textbooks? Okay, in the textbooks,
Yeah,
yeah, we did slavery. That was pretty cool. They're like,
No,
No, they don't say
we
that,
say it like
no.
that.
No,
We
dude.
say it like
But,
it was wrong in that
yeah,
it's
but
good that we're not doing it now.
That was what the textbooks say. But like people today, they're like,
Still, we're
yeah,
like-
slavery happened, but like, get the fuck over it, dude. They're like, come on, dude. Slavery was like 200 years ago, and once we ended slavery, everything was perfect.
How many generations is that? Like,
It was less than 200 years.
so like
It
maybe
was,
like 3 generations back.
Yeah, about three.
Generations
It's about
back.
3 full generations
Fuck
back.
no,
Yeah.
dude, that's like 10.
Is it?
A new generation's like every 30 years.
Well, I'm thinking
Okay.
of,
So
like,
wait, let's think about it.
Oh
Okay.
shit! Now you're right.
So
yeah,
there's Generation Z, which is us right now.
Yeah.
Millennials. Okay, so that's 1 generation back. Generation X. That's 2 generations back. Baby Boomers. Then what was that?
The lost generation.
I thought it was the Great Generation. And then the Lost Generation. There's literally the Great Generation. I think that's like the period. It's like like around the 20s through like the
I know
the early
lost,
40s.
The
I think.
lost generation was directly after the First World War,
Yeah. So the Lost Generation was
and then the Great. Okay. So
Yeah,
About,
so-
and that's about 100 years back. So about 10 generations, probably.
I'd say a little bit less, somewhere between 10 and 5, because that was what we ended slavery in 1860 something.
Yeah.
Yeah, your ass. Yeah. That's,
So it's like maybe 6 or 7.
damn, that's like kind of weird. That's like a lot closer.
We didn't even name those generations, did we? I haven't found any names for those generations before.
Waffen just says the silent generation.
The silent
Oh yeah, yeah. the sound
1928
generation.
I don't
to
know about that generation.
45. He also said Germany is super cucked right now.
Yeah, I
Why?
believe it. Yeah, dude. Of course you're gonna cuck yourself. You know how much like we have white guilt for slavery? Imagine in Germany, dude.
Like,
6 million. 6 million.
dude,
And
like,
through the course of like what? 5
4
years?
years.
4 or 5 years?
dude, Germany,
Fuck.
Germany will hella went in, dude. Like Hitler was like, you know what?
Dude,
I'm gonna set a world record.
they went balls deep in that shit, bro.
That's
They were like-
fucked
No,
up.
no stop, dude. They're like fucking full send it, dude.
Dude, yeah, somebody, I don't know. I mean, so that's why, so, you know, we joke around sometimes where it's like, what do we do about like pedophiles? We're like, kill all of them, right? Like, kill all the pedophiles. And it's like anybody who's normal is like, all right, you know, whatever, they're pedophiles, they're fucking evil, right? But that's similar to how eugenics works, though. It's like you get rid of the people who are undesirable. That's what eugenics is, and that's what the Nazis were doing, right?
Yeah.
So it's like we have to be careful not to go back to that kind
They
of.
were like
Okay,
fucking
okay.
up a
You know.
race.
Okay, sure. Like, yeah, eugenics is pretty bad, but there's a difference between like getting rid of all the pedophiles and getting rid of all the Jewish people.
No, I agree with you. I agree with you. I agree with you, right? But I mean, it's like, should we kill people who? All right, so there's a difference between like not being attracted to children and then like doing it anyways because you're a piece of shit. Like,
Okay.
that's not like.
Still
That's not.
kill them.
That's not like just you're a pedophile. That's like you're just a fucking asshole, right? But I mean, like, what about the people who are attracted to children and they just like there's nothing they can do
They
about
don't like. They don't act on it,
I
or they
mean,
still.
it? They don't act on it. They don't act on it.
As long as like, I guess as long as you don't touch a kid, you're fine.
Yeah.
I feel bad
But
for those guys,
There's
dude.
like, dude, but that's like opens up a whole new thing because if you're like, all right, let's eugenize every pedophile, then they're like, yo, why don't we just like kill every person who's murdered someone? Why don't we?
Yeah,
kill
exactly, right?
And eventually
It's
they're like, yo, what if we just kill people who like shoplift because they steal?
isn't that a what's it called? A slippery slope. What's the argument?
Snowball
The-
effect?
Snowball
no,
effect?
no, no,
That's what
no.
I'm thinking,
It's like an
snowball.
argument, a fallacy. Fallacy. Isn't like a slippery slope like a fallacy?
I don't know. You're the fucking speech.
Johnny,
impediment.
isn't slippery slope like a argument fallacy?
I mean, probably.
I guess so.
Yo, what's popping in chat, dude? I see how we shit in chat.
Yeah, what are they
Dude,
saying?
I can't say this shit.
All right, we'll say something that's just a
Appropriate.
paraphrase it, please.
Something that won't get us banned.
Paraphrase it in a way that's appropriate. We're talking
Basically,
about Nazis.
Waffenseater is justifying Nazis. And
I mean, that's very in character.
Yeah, it is in character for Waffenseater.
Man, did you ever read that Reddit thread? I don't remember if it was like an Ask Me Anything where he's like, I'm a pedophile, ask me anything. This guy just went on like Reddit and he's like,
Really?
this is my life, sexually attracted to kids. And he just explained what it was like.
Oh, really?
It was like, yeah, it was super fun.
I don't know how you can get attracted like that to a kid.
No, it's like there's something.
Like scarred.
It's
Something
I
has
think
to
it's
happen.
I forget if it's trauma or if it's something genetic, right? But I mean,
Maybe it's like something in your mind that like doesn't develop. Like, you know, like because
Maybe.
when you're like 13, you like other 13-year-olds.
Yeah.
oh, so you think maybe they stunt?
They're like, you know, desire to like fuck people their age stops.
I mean, that's pretty consistent with things I've been hearing from people who've had on the podcast. Like Edgardo said, when you experience serious trauma, you're like serious trauma.
Willy.
Fucking Willy.
Back in the
When
day.
you experience serious trauma, there's something that happens in your brain where it kind of stunts your development and your maturity, and so you kind of stay in that state. I don't know to what extreme. I guess it depends.
Oh,
how
we got a
much-
question.
How traumatized you are. Wait, give me a second. But it would make sense for people because a lot of people who are pedophiles were abused as children. So like, let's say it does stunt your growth, and you kind of stay in that kind of like zone where you're attracted to people your age. If you're a little kid, stunts your growth. You grow up, you're an adult, and you're still attracted to little kids.
I thought it was just
Sucks.
that.
That fucking sucks.
That could make sense. I think
thought
that'd
it
be
was
pretty
just, like,
consistent.
the fact that you'd be the first one with the child, like you sort of like win the race.
But that's,
That's what I think they would think.
they're like,
What
"Damn,
the fuck, Nick?
I'm the first one.
What the
dude,
fuck?
so that's why you should look up evidence and shit. Or you
Okay,
just come
okay,
up with
hold on.
dumbass
We got a question. We got a
reasons.
question.
I don't know how to use the
Pick
him up, pick him up, show him.
right now. He's
Pick
Pick
him
him up. I'll
Yeah.
pick him up. Fuck it.
dude, not
Dude, he's not gonna.
poor fat fucking dog.
He'll get up just for you.
Yeah. Look at this. I'll put
He's like laying underneath me.
Get up, Willy.
How much does Willy weigh?
Like 40, 50 pounds. Fucking fat.
Jesus fucking Christ!
No.
This is as much as my dog weighs, and my dog's big as fuck.
He keeps on gaining weight, but like he's gaining no muscle from it.
Yeah, you fed him fucking tortillas earlier.
What? Chill. I didn't give him a lot. I gave him.
You gave him like 4.
No, I did
ends.
not. Norby stopped me from giving him all the ends.
You gave him like 2 at
I
least.
gave him one. I gave him a singular
go.
end from my quesadilla. He's
Sure.
just terrified, dude.
Go.
Dude, he's just gonna sit in your chair.
He took your fucking chair.
Yo, Willie's sitting in my chair.
Willie's the new host. Hello, Willy. What you gonna talk
Dude,
about?
you should fucking do that one day, dude.
I'm just,
Oh,
dude.
Willy,
He's
Willy.
just gonna be fucking snake.
He's,
Just,
like under the table.
all right. Goodbye,
There we
Willy.
go.
You gonna lay back down?
Yeah, I'll try to get my USB drivers fixed, but for now it's kind of fucked up. I got some treats.
Oh, you still got the treats?
Yeah, right here.
Yo, pass me.
I was wondering what
pass
those
me a
were.
couple on if you will.
Here, you can just have the whole thing.
Mm.
Whistle and it'll come to you. Go to Mikey.
Uh,
Go to Mikey. I don't have
Goddamn
shit.
Right. Willy,
I'm Babe Ruthus says,
Willy.
wow, I've been gone so long, but the gum has remained.
Yeah, I'm still chewing gum. I love gum.
Ow, fuck!
Yeah, just you gotta put it in your palm and let it eat him. You gotta let him eat it out your palm like a horsey.
Like a horsey.
Like a horsey, yeah.
Alright, you want to give him one, baby?
No. Okay. Come here, Willy. 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 What's this? Willy.
Yeah, Johnny. I had a dream. last night that there were people breaking into our fucking house. It was like Ark. It was almost like we lived in Ark.
Survival Evolved?
Yes, Ark Survival Evolved. Yes, it was like the video game. Willie was with us. Our family was with us.
Oh.
We had guns. We were aiming at the door, waiting for them to bust in. The door breaks down. Willie just runs out. I hear some shooting. We start shooting at the door and shit. And they all leave. And I run out there because Willie was out there. I'm like, holy fuck, dude. Willie went fucking out there by himself. I run out there. Willie got shot in the fucking leg.
No.
He got shot in the leg, and he's just sitting there fucking bleeding.
No.
And I go over to Willie. I'm like, "Fuck, Willie, you got shot in the fucking leg, you dumb fuck. Why'd you go outside?" I start putting like I'm in dream logic. I'm like, "What the fuck do I do? What do I do?" It's like, "Oh yeah, put pressure on the wound." I put my hands on his fucking bullet wound, trying to stop it from bleeding. And some dude I know, like some neighbor, you know, an ARC, like nobody gives a fuck. He's like, "Oh, you should kill your dog. He's just gonna cause you a lot more trouble. You know, like costs a lot of resources."
Did
And
you
then
just?
But he doesn't understand that I
Costs
have
a
like
lot
a
of
super
resources.
strong bond with this dog. I fucking love the shit out of him. And I'm just thinking like, I remember the dream just thinking like, yeah, even if Willie did fucking fully like, if the wound did heal, he already has so much trouble walking. There's no way he can walk properly
Yeah.
ever again. You know.
Dude, that's kind of weird that like the only thing truly keeping Willie alive is your love for him.
Pretty much,
That's the
dude.
only thing that like, only reason why.
You have no
Willie's-
idea how accurate that statement is, Mikey. You have no fucking idea. That is the most accurate. That is literally Willie's life purpose right now.
Just love.
Pretty much,
And
dude.
food, and
Wait,
food.
she says Willie is the real hero. Yo,
I don't know about.
yo,
I don't know about hero.
yo,
Honestly,
one of you guys should eat a
dude,
doggy
if
treat.
I wasn't a person, dude, I would want to
Just
be
gave
a
him
dog
doggy
like
treats.
Willie.
Why would you want to be a dog like Willie?
Because Willie knows nothing else.
But food.
Willie has no concept of the future. Willie does not know anything about what's happened in the past. Willie just truly lives in the moment.
I mean, kinda.
Well,
Dude, but he loves sleeping in my bed. That's like his favorite thing to do. Besides eating, is like sleeping in my
It
bed.
smells like shit though.
He sleeps usually by the foot, so he kind of doesn't fuck with me. Once
yo,
in a while, though, I'll wake up in the middle of the night, and he's like right smack in the middle. He's like 50, 60 pounds, so you know, I have to like.
yo, how much
fucking-
money would you?
Wizard.
so I was like, fuck, I don't want to spend too much money anymore.
Oh, did you guys hear about TikTok?
How they're getting banned?
Not only that,
Or what else?
Trump signed an executive order to ban TikTok.
Dude, you wanna know why he banned TikTok?
Because it's
Okay,
fucking
wait,
China.
let me finish. So it's not just that he signed an executive order. He signed the executive order that TikTok will be banned unless they sell within 45 days. Okay, continue. Go ahead.
So, okay, I'm pretty sure that's real retarded, the fact that he signed an executive order to ban a platform. Because, I mean, well, TikTok, it was recording all your information, but more importantly, it was, like, Chinese owned, right?
Yeah.
So, like, you know, it was recording all this information, and people started trolling Trump on it, you know, like, on TikTok and shit, and he's like, you know, this TikTok shit's getting out of hand. He's like, I don't have to handle this fucking personally. He fixes his tie. He's, like, walking up to his fucking office and sign that executive order to specifically ban this fucking gay-ass fucking...
Just TikTok, nothing else.
Just
yeah.
TikTok, dude. You know, but with TikTok being gone, it's just gonna make the way for Vine too.
Oh, maybe.
Vine will
yeah.
never be what it was.
Yeah, I won't. There's
Because
no
like
way.
back when Vine first came out, it was funny.
Vine was
Like, I could
okay,
still laugh at old lights because
Yeah.
they were fucking funny. But now it's like just cringe.
Vine was hard though, cause like you know TikTok they can do the dances, they can do the music,
Yeah.
but Vine you had 6 seconds to make a fucking joke. Like you would have a punchline,
Yeah, you would have like
a
legit
setup
like
and all
6,
that
10
shit.
seconds.
Oh,
Limit-
Limit,
you gotta do that
limitations
all.
force people to be creative, bro.
Dude, fucking, I still remember like some of the old like Vine people do. Like I remember like King Batch. I remember like the Mexican puppet
Comically
guy.
big
Oh,
spoon.
yeah.
Comically big
Comically
spoon.
Big Spoon making a comeback.
I want to buy a
what is it?
comically big spoon.
Something Webb, like Marlon Webb or something.
Marlon Webb. I know the logo. I think the Paul brothers got pretty big on
Yeah.
Vine too.
Well, he was the dude that did the watermelon. Like there's a watermelon inside a watermelon, or like we have watermelon helmets or some shit.
I don't remember that.
You don't remember that?
Nah.
Yeah, he still does stuff on like Instagram, and it's pretty funny because like
Did
he's still
Vine
goofy as fuck.
did Vine start that weird naming convention
What do you mean?
where there were like vines that keep me up at night, or like vines that I jerk off to at 3 a.m. in the morning? Like, do you remember that weird naming?
Yeah, oh yeah, that started.
That was the Vine.
Well, that
Vine
started
right?
after Vine died.
Okay,
It was like vines that I showed my friends.
that make no.
Then it was like
sense.
vines that I made for my class that are wholesome. Then it was like vines
Vines,
that cure my
yeah.
cancer, vines that cure my depression,
Vines just show your
vines
crush
that
and
like
shit,
get me
yeah.
hard, and you know what I mean. They just kept getting more extreme. The titles in themselves were like a progressive meme. You
Vines
know?
that'll make me shit my pants.
Yeah, vines that
And vines to make you
vines that
constantly
kill
cry.
Hitler. You know what I mean? It's like shit like that. It was pretty funny. That shit blew up, and then TikTok came. Now those like Vine compilations aren't as
Well,
popular.
the
Like,
memes
you know-
too, because if you go on YouTube, you still find like memes I see, like I watch, like that cure my
There are- they
depression.
still
It's
do
just like,
occasionally.
Not as popular.
But
Yeah.
dude, the newer generations with what they have, dude, they're not creative enough with it. Like
Yeah,
TikTok,
no.
I feel like if we gave TikTok to like the content creators back then, like who are big TikTokers? Like I know you like go on TikTok occasionally. Like who are the big like? Can you name me, like, the biggest TikTokers?
The
I don't know.
only one I know.
The girl, I don't know. She dances a lot. Charlie.
Wow,
Charlie.
that's
dances a
so
lot. She
fucking
dances.
great.
Charlie.
Yeah.
Her name's Charlie. Yeah, she's really pretty and she dances a lot. That's it.
That's all.
But also she's like underage, right? So it's like
The only
the platform's kind of fucked
the
up
only
in that
one I
way.
could think of like popular. He like ruined like that one dance like with the dude doing like arm thing.
Oh, the
Yeah,
black.
the
The
dude?
black guy.
Yeah, he ruined that fucking dance.
No, he started that
He
dance.
started
No,
the
not the
dance.
black guy. I'm talking about some guy ruined the fucking dance. Like he made it so stupid. And then like there's that one Asian dude that did it where he like
There's a lot of people that have been
he
doing
does like
dances.
the weird like the basketball poses for emojis and he'll move
What the fuck?
and he'll
No, I don't
switch.
remember this.
It's so fucking bad. He's like some Korean guy or something.
But, like-
It hurts watching.
Dude, just TikTok isn't creative enough.
It's boring.
Yeah.
There's somewhere
like,
like
okay.
it's funny.
I'll tell you-
TikTok in its heyday. Do you think honestly
Okay, that's-
think that TikTok in its heyday could compete with Vine in its heyday?
100%.
You think so?
No.
I mean,
There's
it's hard. It's
no
hard. Okay, there's a lot of
fucking way.
bias, right?
Okay,
But TikTok.
Let me
Alright,
make it a little bit easier.
I'm about to. Okay, go
Okay.
ahead. Go ahead.
Could the
Go ahead.
biggest? Do you think the biggest TikTok stars could outshine the biggest Vine
No.
stars both in their heyday?
No.
Are there Vine like because King Bach?
Well, okay, it's different. It's different, right?
Okay.
Because meme comedy back then, that was like what 2013,
About I'd say
around there. Meme comedy back then is not near what it is today, right?
Well,
So a lot of the TikTok comedy has to do with like the really good TikTok content is like related to the comedy we have right now.
Mhm.
So like to me, that's funnier. You know what I mean? But when I look at old Vines, it's like that's funny partly because like the bias and the nostalgia, and because it's like I still remember what it was like to watch that Vine, and it was like funny when I was 12, right? If that came out nowadays, I don't know if I would laugh at it.
No, it's still fucking
You think
bad.
you think it's the progression of comedy that has caused
Maybe, you know, I don't know.
Well,
There's still some. I mean, it's hard to say.
If
It's
you were
hard,
to
it's
take,
really
like,
hard to
do you
say.
think there's something about TikTok that like we are just boomers to? Is there something that we don't like? Is there something about dudes doing the same dance over and over again?
Oh, that we're just not. We're not with the
but
times.
slightly different. Like people add their own spin.
Part of it is because I don't think we're not as liberal as I think the younger generation is. Also, because I mean, all right, think about this: Fortnite and TikTok are like synonymous. Fortnite has like a fuck ton of dances. TikTok has a fuck ton of dances. Like this younger generation, like the I generation, whatever the fuck you want to call them, they're like their whole thing is just like dumbass dances, bro. They just
Some
like
of
they
those
love that
dances are
shit.
pretty good, though,
You know
not
who
gonna lie.
started this shit? Fucking Destiny, bro. Destiny and their dumbass
You
fucking
think
dances.
Destiny with their gay ass emotes.
Yeah,
That
Destiny's
people were doing
fuck-
around the fucking around the
Hub.
fucking like Earth Hub. I don't even remember what they're
I
called.
blame it on Destiny.
You
Destiny
think
ruined this
Destiny
shit.
is the beginning of that?
Maybe. I don't know. I think maybe like some other like MMOs like World of Warcraft or something was doing it first.
I think there is some validity because I have a sister. She's like 7 years younger than me. I show her some memes that I find fucking hilarious, and she's like, "Mikey, I don't understand this." But then she'll like show me some meme from like her age group, and I'm like, "This is fucking retarded." I'm like, "This is cringe." She's like, "No, it's funny." And I'm like, our brand of comedy was kind of just like randomness, like
Well, you also
the unexpected.
you have to understand that we grew up with cartoons that weren't trying so hard to not only like be PC, but to you know what I mean. Like we had some
Yeah.
genuinely
Yeah.
good cartoons,
Like
right?
Flapjack
Like we
and
understood
stuff.
what quality stuff. And this is very biased. I might be totally wrong. Like to me, the cartoons we had when we were little, for me, were pretty high quality.
They were.
They
Fucking
were
cartoon
very
now
good.
suck.
They're very
dick.
good, right?
Like Uncle Grandpa, that show was like
Uncle Grandpa was okay.
Uncle
I
Grandpa's like
hated that show.
Uncle Grandpa's like the start of the fall, bro.
Uncle Grandpa had like a couple good points, and then that's it. Like the rest of the show, I went back like a couple years ago, and I watched a lot of those shitty Cartoon Network shows. I watched Steven Universe, Uncle Grandpa.
I like the concept for Steven Universe. I
Steven-
enjoyed
okay,
the concept,
Steven
but
Universe-
it got too far for me towards like the new
Nah,
seasons. I was like, fuck this, I can't.
Steven Universe at the very beginning gave me glimpses into old Cartoon Network. I think.
How so?
Dude,
Because
like,
it
the
legitimately
beginning
like,
was
felt
so,
like
the beginning
old
was so strong.
cartoons.
The
It was
begin-
it was actually
Because
good.
like before, like Steven Universe went like super preachy
Mhm.
and like got too predictable and everything. There was genuine mystery. There was genuine there were genuine like parts where you're like, damn, I think these characters might be like like genuine like murderers or like like people who really want to fuck up. Like they had that, and then they completely destroyed this in like 3 episodes. They
Yeah.
destroyed it all. But like the beginning, like I saw the beginning of Steven Universe as like a recall to like old-fashioned Cartoon Network.
It was, you know, I saw the pilot for Steven Universe was, I mean, it was a pretty strong pilot. I like the animation style, and the pilot was pretty
Was
good.
it the ice cream sandwich episode?
It was like some I
I
don't
don't know.
know.
There
I
was
forget.
some episodes that were good, but
Yo.
for the most part, like I lost interest.
Yeah, what
when
up?
It became...
Waffen says r/dank memes. Am I right? Reddit moment, bros. Arrows up.
Dude,
Big
don't
Chungus.
fucking- don't
Big
bring up
Chungus-
r/dank memes,
Big
dude.
Chungus wholesome meme. Keanu Reeves. Do you accept Reddit karma? Epic fail poem.
Dude, okay, don't get me
Sound
started,
like a
dude.
fucking band
Reddit,
kid.
Reddit is cool. Like I like Reddit. Browsing Reddit for like content occasionally is cool.
I
People-
don't know how to use Reddit.
Dude.
I have one, but I just don't know how the fuck to use
People
it.
who live, dude, like any popular subreddit, like like any meme content from Reddit is really, really retarded. Like,
Why?
Yeah.
just because people who are actively on Reddit, like, you know, they post shit, they interact with each other on Reddit. People who are on Reddit just aren't funny.
Are you dead ass?
Like, that's just the only way I can explain it. If you're on Reddit, you're probably not a very funny person.
Hey Johnny, how long have we been streaming for?
Oh, we've been streaming for about an hour and 11 minutes.
All right, we'll
Like-
talk for a little bit longer, and we'll cut
Like,
it.
there's something about, because, like, Reddit is, like, just a cesspool of people who all believe in the same things. Like, every person on like r/dank memes is the same exact person.
Yeah.
Keanu is God. They're like, haha, Chungus. Like,
They're like
They're all band kids.
Yeah, they're all
Like,
fucking band kids.
not even worse, dude. I don't. Okay,
Wait,
Well,
how
if
could you be
it's-
worse than a band kid?
dude. I'm telling you, dude.
You've seen those videos.
I was in band
Yo.
for I was in band for 9 years.
Okay. and-
Waffen Cedar says, quote unquote, I like Reddit. Dumb, stupid, dumb, give me gum, man child.
Dude, I'm telling you, Reddit is worse than like. Okay, so the band kid meme is a bit over. Like, band kids aren't 100% like that. They are, but they're not that bad.
So
Yeah.
what isn't there? Like what's not supposed to be there for band kids?
What do you mean?
You're saying like they're there, but like they go like too high. Like they're a little
Like-
too far.
Band kids are like band kids are kind of aware of the cringe that it is. Like, band kids are self-aware.
They don't seem self-aware.
They are very. Most band kids, like, sure, there are some kids, but there are cringe kids everywhere. Like, you grow up with kids in band. Like, there are even kids in band that like other people cringe at. Like, there are outcasts in the band. There are outcasts. Do you know what it's like to be an outcast in band?
That
Do you
must
know
be
how
bad.
depressing it seemed for those kids?
You wanna
I have
fucking-
memories of, like, you know, trumpet players who would like do like that shit that like deadass were like the dudes who were like dancing in
Mhm.
those memes. They would walk around campus in like a hoodie, like, you know, zipped
Yeah.
up, like zipping around because like they don't have any friends, so they have no one to talk to. You know,
Fuck.
they show up to band, they're like, "What's up, guys? I'm here," and like, you know, they got like a Minecraft T-shirt, and everyone's like, "Man, fuck this kid. We fucking hate this
Oh
kid.
my god.
No one talk to this piece of shit kid."
Sounds like who I was in fucking middle school. It used to be
pretty
like
bad,
that.
dude.
It sucked. I only had like 3 friends. Cause like it was a private school, so it was small as shit, and like most of these kids in the fucking class were assholes to me. So it was weird shit. Cause like we were talking like when anime, like no one really watched the shit. I was the
Oh
only one
yeah,
that
yeah,
watched it.
yeah.
Like generally, like I sat down and watched the shit out of it. And my friends were like, fuck.
Yeah, doesn't
People,
it make you mad when anime, like something that like you stood for back then, nobody fucking supported you, then all of a sudden it's like a bunch of people are just hopping on it, and it's like
no one supports the shit. Not for me. I mean, fuck. I'm
Yeah,
a
I guess so.
degenerate. So it's hard to find.
that's true. You've surpassed like any normal anime
Yeah,
fan.
fucking, I've gone way too far.
You've gone way
I've gone
too far.
deep. I'm
I've
trying to pull
gone too
myself
deep.
out. I spent $1,000 on fucking hentai games.
They weren't gotchas, right? They were
No,
just-
no.
okay.
These were like fucking like puzzle games, and on top of it, I was like, I want to unlock more characters, so I fucking bought more characters because I want to see them fucking naked and shit.
Jesus.
That's horny.
Bro, did you like play like Atelier or some shit?
No, I played like fucking. they're
Did you play
bad.
Mirror? Did you play Mirror?
Yeah, I
You
fucking
played
love.
Mirror, dude? Oh my god.
Mirror was awesome. I actually patched it for I can have it all uncensored, and I bought
Dude,
the DLC.
You patched in the uncensored
Yes.
Mirror download?
100% I
I'm
did.
guessing you played Honey Pop 1 and 2?
Yeah.
And Camp Studio?
No.
You did play Camp
No.
Studio? Okay.
I have no idea what any of these games are.
I know about
I don't
these
want- I don't
games.
wanna know.
I played
I know,
Booty Calls.
I know about
I
these
don't wanna
games,
know.
but I don't like. I've never played any of these games.
Yeah, see, listen. I'm a fucking degenerate, okay? Like,
Like,
it was bad. But I
Like-
stopped. I like wiped my PC. I deleted
Like-
fucking everything.
Nick's
It's
like Nick's
gone.
like in the world. I have glimpses in. Like
I'm
I've
stuck in it.
I've glimpsed into this world, but because of the fact that like when I was in that era where I wanted to get into these games, I didn't have a computer. All I could do was just look in, be like, that looks pretty cool. Anyways.
No. Right when I got a PC, the first thing I bought was Honey Pop. Because I knew about it. So it was one of the first games I purchased. And it was on sale too, so I was like so fucking happy.
I'm so fucking thankful.
All right, okay, Nick. If your sister were here right now, how would she describe your obsession with hentai or anime? I don't know. What do you think she would say about you?
Fuck, I've made her sit down and like she's helped me with Honey Pop. Like she memorized questions for me I could fucking answer them right.
Dude, I knew a kid.
So she was like, Nikki doesn't have shaved legs. I was like, fuck yeah, right answer. Like she knows about this shit. And I'm like, dude, look at this fucking hentai game. I'm not gonna buy it. And she's like, good. And I'm like, I have an issue. She's like, yeah, I fucking know you have an issue. And then she just leaves.
And
like,
then you buy it.
No, I fucking stop. I buy figures though. Like she saw I bought the one figure. And she's like, it's not bad. It's a nice figure, but who the fuck spends that much money? I'm like, me. Like,
dude,
I guess.
I remember, dude. Like I had this there. Like so, my dad had this like was friends with this one family, and their kid was probably one of the worst degenerates I've ever seen.
Worse than me?
Yes. Do you
Okay.
know what the Neko Para games are?
Yes, I
No,
almost bought
no
them.
idea.
So
I
the
almost bought those.
The Neko Para games is a set of 3 games. You know what a visual novel is?
Yeah.
You just
Okay,
read.
You just.
It is,
It's
I don't like
playing
them.
a manga. So
I don't like them. They're boring as
It's
shit.
that, but the entire concept, it's just these cute girls that are cat girls.
Yeah.
Okay.
And across 3 games, this game I think on average takes about 80 hours to finish.
Okay.
This guy had 2,600 hours across all 3 games.
How many times did he
2,800?
fucking beat those games? He probably just went
He had
on
all
there
the,
just
he
to
had all the
jack off.
patches. I watched this dude play Honey Pop. This dude opened up his desk drawer, pulled out a notebook with everything written about the characters.
Jesus
And
Christ.
he would like,
Okay.
write shit, dude. I'm not fucking kidding you.
Okay, Mikey, you need to stop talking for just
That
a
is
moment. I need
fucking-
to absorb this for a
That's like
second.
Ultra Instinct.
You want to know
Fucking
the weird
hentai
thing
generation.
is? So like I used to be like this guy. This was the first kid I watched anime with. This kid was like, I'm gonna watch this show. I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I got nothing else to do tonight.
What do you put on Boku no Pico
No,
or
we
some
watched
shit?
we watched
Really?
Kobayashi.
That's a good show.
He was like, you know what? He's like, I'm not gonna fuck you up. I'll start you off light.
How old
and
was
I'm
this
like,
guy?
what?
How old was this guy and how old
This
were
dude
you?
was like 2 years younger than me. I was
What?
I was 17. This kid was 15.
I mean, I was horny
I
when
was
I was
like-
15,
I
but
was
Jesus
like,
Christ, this kid,
From the
like...
beginning, I was like, I don't think this kid's going anywhere in life. I was
Fuck.
like,
Well, now I feel better about myself.
Okay,
Sad.
you know what? I was gonna say this earlier and I totally forgot, and you just reminded me, Mikey. I think the internet causes mental illness.
you think it does?
Yeah,
I think
I think the internet causes mental illness. We're not supposed to be doing
Shut
this
up,
shit.
Siri, what the fuck?
We're not supposed to be like doing like we're not supposed to be streaming. You know what I mean? Like nature doesn't say we should be doing this shit. We shouldn't be on our phones all the time on social media. Like the internet causes fucking a lot of mental illness.
Well, Fatina says it certainly enables it.
Yeah, it just hit me like technology and the internet. It
It's
totally
unnatural.
it enables mental illness. Like it's a serious issue.
Like-
Kids are getting really fucked up. Like these like parents don't understand what the fuck they're doing. You know what I mean?
dude, like
I think our generation. Sorry for interrupting you.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I think I honestly genuinely believe the worst thing you can do to fuck a kid up, the worst thing you can do is unsupervised internet access from a young age. Like if you give someone before the age of like 12 internet access that like you are not in control of, your kid's probably gonna turn out to be a fucking degenerate.
That was me and Johnny though.
Yeah,
We
that
had
was
a-
me too.
Yeah.
You think so?
My dad showed me fucking like pervy anime when I was like 8 years old. He was like, "Oh, here you go." Walked out of the room, came back, was like, "Did you like it?" And I was
But
like,
I mean,
red face, like, yeah.
we had the internet before before it became this mainstream
Where people didn't really
this
know
mainstream
when we were first
superficial
diving in.
monster. Like, because the internet back when I was like 6-7 years old, like back then I loved watching just Lego videos. You know, like I would just go
yeah,
on
and, like
watch
Friv,
Lego
Max
videos,
games,
like,
like little
Dude,
games.
Max
like,
Games, dude.
that's the shit.
I don't
dude.
really watch any gaming
Dude,
videos.
I
I
was
just
No,
watch
no, I'm
Lego
talking about
videos.
playing Max Games.
Dude, did you ever play
Oh.
Flash games back in the day?
What games were those? What
Like
games were
Max
those?
Games, and do you play Antcon?
No, I didn't.
I
I
play
played some Alien Hominid.
There was
Alien
cool math and
dude,
shit.
Alien
Like,
Hominid was pretty good.
but no, Max Games was like
did you ever
fucking
play Age
awesome.
of War?
Oh my
Age of
god.
Age of War is a
Did you
fucking classic.
remember the computer games back then? Like you just look up like
Pitfall?
just like games you'd go to like websites and you'd
Those
play.
are Flash games.
Yeah,
Flash games, okay, yeah.
Max Games was like the hub for that place.
That
I
and
don't know if I
Newgrounds.
played on-
Newgrounds.
I played a lot of
Newgrounds
Newgrounds.
had them too.
Okay.
But that was like a lot more like people developing.
what games
things
we
like
I
play?
was scared of Newgrounds as
Huh?
a kid.
Really?
What games did we play
Newgrounds
back
scared-
then?
No, because like you
Played
guys
Alien
fucked themselves
Hominid, then we went to
Yeah, I
Game
never really
Fudge.
won on there. I knew
Which
about
one?
it, but I didn't.
Game
go, so I was
Fudge.
like, I already liked.
Game Fudge. I remember we played Game
Game
Fudge.
I only liked Max Games because they had that one where you played as a shark. You just ate everything. Their whole goal was like,
Alright,
go as
Harvey.
high as
Dude, I
possible.
remember Johnny. Remember when we used to play those games that were like the top-down ones? You could see the entire house, and you throw grenades and stuff.
Oh
Yeah,
my
yeah,
God,
yeah. That was
I
like
love those games.
Did y'all
dude.
ever play Pico's School back in the day?
No, I never heard of that.
I don't know
So
what that is.
Pico's School was a game.
Oh my
Was a
god.
flash game where the entire premise was this kid trying to survive a school shooting.
I think I have played a game like that before.
Yo, Wafatutor says I used to use a lot of those soundboards to prank call people.
I remember.
Yeah,
I
that's
remember do you remember like old-fashioned prank call videos?
They were pretty
Max
good.
Muffo?
Yeah.
Like nowadays, it's like I call seven people on Skype and then have them talk to each other. Back then, it was just a dude with like a shitty ass soundboard where they'd be like,
It'd be like Family Guy
like,
quotes or
would you
something.
like a pizza? And you'd be like, damn right, I'd like some. Like, real stupid shit like that.
I think the only one that does them good now, he has I forgot his name. He's on YouTube, but like he does like different voice, like an Asian voice or like trailer trash, and he just dicks with people. And at the end, he's like, "Yeah, I was just fucking with you. Sorry about that."
Yeah,
I
people.
I feel like prank calls are done, dude.
No,
They're,
okay,
For older
you-
people,
okay,
for
okay,
older
okay.
people, yes.
Okay, wait.
For older people,
In a way, you're right. Like in the mainstream, they are done. But what I've noticed is I haven't really gone back to prank calls. But the few times I've had a glimpse into prank calls nowadays, the people who do prank calls have kind of mastered them.
they've mastered the craft.
They've mastered the craft of prank calling. It's I wouldn't mind actually watching a few prank calls now. Not right now, not on stream, but because I mean they're just, if you were to make somebody watch that back in 2010, you'd be like, wow, this is top.
This is quality YouTube.
This is very quality YouTube, right? I don't know, dude, but the progression of YouTube from when I was a
It's
little
so
kid,
much different now.
it's insanely,
insane.
it's incredibly different.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Let me ask you guys.
Wizard.
Anyways.
Fucking,
Okay, any last things you guys want to say? Like something small.
give me something. I'll say something real quick. Just say
What do you mean?
something else. I'll give my thoughts about it.
Okay. China banned TikTok in their own country.
I mean, that's pretty funny considering that it's.
They have their own version of TikTok. That's like a watered down version.
What's it called?
It's like an
It's
off-brand.
I don't know. It was in some fucking. It was in
Off-brand
like
TikTok,
Mandarin or
yeah.
some shit.
Off-brand TikTok.
Yeah, off-brand
Yeah.
TikTok. Yeah.
Isn't that kind of? Isn't it, it's really weird, right?
China like has their own off-brand everything.
Yeah.
Maybe if the Chinese government wasn't such a like.
There's like an
pussies.
off-brand of an off-brand.
Yeah, dude. Fuck the dude. Chinese government is like they're like
Chinese are
little kids, bro.
Chinese are like, oh, TikTok. Oh.
Oh, we can just make another
No, dude, they said about South Park, bro. They banned South Park because they made fun of their president.
Dude.
Like, don't be such a bitch,
That's
dude.
People are real bit, dude. I've been reading recently. Okay, Johnny, I'm gonna talk about this for 5 minutes. I've been reading about.
God damn it.
I've been
Johnny's
reading,
like, God damn
I've been
it.
reading about the huge controversy that was like the Muhammad South Park episode.
Once again, a cartoon depicting the Muslim prophet Muhammad is set to air tonight on Family Guy.
Oh, Randy, hold me.
The news has already sparked a shockwave of protests throughout the Muslim world.
Oh, come on, people. You really think anybody's gonna be that pissed off about a cartoon?
Once again, bitter riots have started in the Middle East, this time even more massive.
Hey, Brian, this is like the time I got a job as a carrot cake.
Ah! It's Family Guy! Quick, Gerald, do something!
Oh yeah, classic. Yeah.
Holy
Go ahead.
shit.
Yeah.
I did not realize how big of a deal that was. I was like, oh, Muhammad episode, Muslims are gonna be pissed, but whatever. Like, I watched the episode, it was censored. Muhammad was censored.
Yeah,
They
he was.
put in the end that like Comedy Central didn't go through with it, and I'm like, whoa, that shit hit me really hard. And like, I was going through all of it, like, you know, Matt Stone and Trey Parker,
Mhm.
they were getting they got death threats from a fucking terrorist group
Wow.
in like Saudi Arabia or something. They literally said, they're like, hey, we're not saying anything, but if something happens to Trey Stone and Matt Parker, if they air an uncensored version of Muhammad, we're just saying, dude, like, it would be kind of deserved. They're like, we're not saying like we're gonna do it, but they're like, but like something would probably happen to them if they did that shit.
It's like we won't do it, but maybe.
They're like, hypothetically speaking, they would most likely be beheaded and tortured before
It
being
could happen.
hypothetically speaking, for the sake of the argument, of course.
A threat against the creators of South Park, a warning by a radical Islamic group right here in America, right here in New York, that they will end up dead because of a cartoon. And on the note, it says, and you can decide if it's a threat or not, reads, we have to warn Matt and Trey what they are doing is stupid and they will probably end up like Theo Van Gogh for airing this show. This is not a threat, the posting goes on to say, but a warning of what will likely happen to them. The website Revolution Muslim also had information about where the South Park creators live and work, and a sermon by a wanted cleric in Yemen that outlines the punishment under Islam for blasphemy.
Did happen.
And you know they responded? You know Mastodon and Trace Park, they put clips of that shit into a South Park episode, and they subbed it.
Oh yeah. The guy in like the news channel, right? Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
That is actually that guy basically sending.
You see, dude, this is exactly why I say South Park is the best television show on ever. Dude, like it's the best show I've ever fucking seen.
Everything.
It does. It's such a. They did such a good. They don't. All right, I'm gonna try and collect my thoughts, dude. Go ahead.
Collect your thoughts. Johnny's getting
so
pissed.
Because like South Park is almost like a bait. So like South Park is like, hey, we're gonna have this episode. People are like, no, don't have the episode. We're not gonna like it. They're like, that's it, episode right there. If South Park is like, hey, we're gonna do this, and no one responds, they're just like, all right, this isn't gonna do anything.
Yeah.
Like no one really gives a shit about this.
Yeah, they only do it if it gets reactions, because it gets them more views.
It gets them more views, but it also shows you it kind of shows you what's
going
on.
It's a mirror to fucking humanity, bro. It's so fucking brilliant because it's satire on not just like liberals or conservatives. It's just like a satire on like everybody, just on humanity. And I mean, they're not perfect, right? Like South Park recently hasn't been as great as it has been in the past, but it's like what they've achieved is
like the legacy.
It's like South Park has a legacy, and they've, it's not exactly what it was, but it's for sure one of the best shows I've ever seen. Like Johnny and I watched it growing up, and a big lesson that we took away from it is just like everybody is full of bullshit. Everybody has their own bullshit. You know what I mean? Like you have, like even the viewer have bullshit.
Yeah,
even South Park has bullshit. They made fun of way back in the day. They made fun of Al Gore for believing in climate change. So they compared climate change to fucking Man Bear Pig. Is like, what doesn't exist? Like Man Bear Pig, I swear he exists. It's like, yeah, shut the fuck up, Al Gore. Then recently, like last year, they made an episode where Man Bear Pig returns, and everybody in South Park goes to Al Gore and like, we're sorry, Al Gore. We should have believed you.
I remember that.
But it's like South Park, they're even willing to make fun of themselves. They admit that they made a mistake. It's like everybody has bullshit. Not many shows are willing to do that.
It just shows you it's like, yeah, we don't give a fuck. Like, we're just gonna say what we say.
I'm surprised that liberals haven't tried to take it down.
Dude, I mean, they have. They've 100% tried.
You can't. There's no fucking way you will be able to.
South Park is so like aware of it. Like because of the art style, because of the writing, because of how it works. Like you can't be like, oh, I want to cancel South Park because it makes me upset. Everyone sure, people would agree with you who are in your own niche. Like people who like you said, people who are in with your bullshit are be like, yeah, let's take it down. Everyone's gonna be like, just stop being a pussy. It's just a TV show. I mean, look at these. Look, they're 8. These kids are 8.
These kids are 8.
They're being triggered by these 8-year-old kids on the TV. And then as soon as it gets to their bullshit, they're like, all right, now South Park is crossing.
Mikey, I'm not gonna lie to you. I would. That's one of the only pieces of media I would genuinely die for.
You think so?
I would. That show is so revolutionary. It's one of the only shows I would for sure die for.
No, dude, honestly, so I have this idea, dude. Like, shit in the world that people don't want. People would easily you want to bury South Park.
Yeah.
Like, I want to start a collection of shit and just bury it somewhere, kind of like a time capsule of just shit that would be banned, from our time. Because if you think about
stuff that would not be around in the future that would get censored.
If things assuming that some power takes over the world, V for Vendetta type shit, where they censored everything.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure South Park would probably be immediately censored.
I would take up arms to defend that show. If liberals came across and were like, we're gonna cancel South Park, that is a bad sign. That means society is going in a direction that's more dystopian than if anything, right? That is a point at which you have to go and start getting political, because if they start genuinely threatening South Park, and you notice that it could generally be taken, it's one thing if they're ending it, right? That's gonna be a sad day when they end South Park,
I mean,
they eventually have to do it.
They're gonna end it, but no, honestly, they could probably pass it down to someone.
I don't think you can.
You can't pass. No, you couldn't really pass that down.
Well. I mean, what?
South Park will die. It's better if they just end it.
I'd rather South Park die than it end.
Exactly.
All right.
What do you mean? Oh,
I would rather South Park
get canceled.
Not get canceled. I would rather South Park become stupid than it die.
Oh, like SpongeBob.
Kinda,
You'd
yeah.
rather have it be SpongeBob?
I would rather have it be a SpongeBob.
I'm not
than
with that. No.
Yeah, I'd rather it just end. Because
Yeah,
that's
I'd
how
rather just end.
Flapjack went. The creators just said, I don't want to make any more.
Yeah.
And they just pulled it down. They're like, okay, no more.
All right. I think that was a good ending discussion. And
All right.
we'll call
Yeah,
it there.
Waffle Tutor
Goodbye.
says that we're banned in China now, bro. Get wrecked. And then
Dude,
he says
that should be-
he
that
says
should
I'll
be
put
the
my
next
N-word
one.
pass in
What's that?
a time capsule for future generations.
Oh, that's
The
that's be your
N-word
goal.
pass for
Get
future
Wizard banned in China.
generations. Like, someone fucking
We're
digs
not
it
big
up,
enough
like,
to get banned in China. You know what I
We
mean?
gotta step up our anti-Chinese sentiment.
Yo. Okay.
It says it's signed by Simon. Yeah.
John, do you think it'd be possible by like Wizard 100 we get banned in China?
Dude, imagine
That's
fucking
fucking
You know it'd be
Fuck.
be a fucking dream, dude. If somehow we managed to get on South Park, I would be like, my life is complete. I could die a happy man. Yeah, dude. My favorite child. I mean, it's not a child. You know, it's not a show for children, but I watched as a child. To be on my fucking childhood show, that'd be a dream come true.
That would actually be really fucking funny. Yeah, but they'll draw us all like dipshits.
Even
I'll
if
be like,
they were
no,
shitting
there's
on
some
us, bro.
shit.
Even if they were shitting on us, I would be
What do you think
content.
would trigger Wizard getting on South Park? Because there has to be some event.
Oh,
Because,
I
like-
don't know. I
like,
don't know.
For example, like, has Joe Rogan ever been
No.
on South Park?
No.
There has to be some event that brings you into some controversy that gets you on South
If you do
Park.
something stupid,
Like something super retarded?
yeah, like Tom Cruise when he came out as a Scientologist.
Oh, that's fucking funny.
Remember that? And then they had the whole episode where he's like, come out of the closet,
Yeah,
and then
it's
John Travolta goes in there, and he's like, he's a Scientologist. You have to do something stupid. You know what I mean? I'm not stupid like that. I'm not gonna come out and be like, I'm a Scientologist. Maybe I do it as a joke and just like go along with the joke, and then when I finally get on the South Park episode, like, I was just kidding.
Ah, fuck you. We just got here. That's all.
But I don't know. Whatever.
Yep.
But yeah, that was this episode. I think that was a pretty good discussion.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for being on.
Thank you for bringing me.
Of course, dude. Thank you for anybody who's watching.
Goodbye.
Yeah, have a good.
This is bad country.